want it cause I come to defeat. They don't want it. I peep, these niggas all sweet. Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. Mom still say what he wants to. Cause it's still wet like a big bitch. I should run a whole blog at this rate. They using my name for clickbait. Bitches even wanna start fake beef. Instead of low weave in the mixtape. They know I'm the bomb, they're taking me off. Say anything to get a response.
Happy New Year! Did you see KG coming? Happy New Year, baby. Happy New Year, my nigga. Oh, man. Damn, Happy New Year, bro. Turn up time, baby. Turn up time.
You know, I find it so interesting the way people are so wishy-washy when it comes to this case. Even when it comes to people that claim to support R. Kelly. It's like, if you think back, think about all these people that gravitated towards people who they felt were for R. Kelly and overlooked a whole lot of suspect things that were being alleged against them. And then the more that I would bring that to the forefront, whether I directly said it, or rather I just showed you and gave you the option to formulate your own opinion, I was going to be the one being targeted. I'm the one who has a compromised integrity when, if you look back, I haven't reached out to a freaking soul. Anybody that has come my way has come because they're gravitating toward the truth that I'm putting out. At the end of the day, I never once tried to meet this man. I never once tried to affiliate myself with anybody that is connected to this man. I just decided to research what I could from a distance. Yet at the end of the day, people, as I told you last year, want to come out and promote their own careers. When they come out and speak for R. Kelly, it's more so to clear themselves. People don't want to take accountability for the roles they played into his downfall, and instead want to keep pointing fingers at other people. Some of these very people gave a whole lot of misinformation, yet some of these fans continue to gravitate toward them for whatever reason. And to me, it's like they're proving everything that I'm saying to be valid for the simple fact that I'm telling you that these people are trying to cover their own actions. These people have their own agenda. It's strange to me when I see the people that some of these fans riding for are still to this day in communication with those that enabled other people to attack this man. Very strange. It's strange to me when I have made mention to other people in the past, the people that came and tried to validate these people that I brought to you, like they could do no wrong. But at the end of the day, if my research led me to whoever I brought to your attention, it's just what it is. Like, for example, how many of you will sit here and go and look at any other case and see an attorney try to make a defense for their client based on the fact that their client is not guilty because this person allowed them to do it? This person did this. These people need to be in jail with him, not instead of him. They're sitting here going and playing both sides of the field. They 1 minute say these accusers are lying and then go out of their way to try to prove the things that they say are valid. I told you long ago, when it comes to one in particular, Geronda Pace, she clearly told us that she was a lesbian at the time that she was stalking R. Kelly's trial. And in between her clout chasing this story, she implicated another person within his entourage. She told us that this person reached out to her through MySpace. She told us she and a friend went to his tattoo shop. So that makes a second time where you would have to be 18 or have parental consent to engage in certain things. So common sense would be 9 times out of 10, she continued to represent herself as an 18-year-old with a valid ID. We all know that that's false, that she clearly had a fake ID, yet nobody is holding her to that. We're supposed to believe that though she admitted that she at some point cleared the air and told R. Kelly her true age, how many of you really believe that? How many of you are more likely to believe that she was affiliating herself with a person in R. Kelly's entourage just because she was a fan of his? But does that guarantee that she had any relationship with R. Kelly? This same person putting out information as though she was on a tape with R. Kelly, though according to the indictment, the individual on the tape that they have as evidence is the same person, and it clearly wasn't her. She expects us to believe these photos she has put out there is supposed to prove that she was with R. Kelly because she's laying on this janky ass bed. Ask yourself, do you think R. Kelly would have this bum ass bed in the mansion he had? So you're telling me that this dog she has is definitely R. Kelly's dog. Like that's the only dog like that. A quick Google search, you will see R. Kelly's actual bed and bedroom style. So again, just because she put these photos out, we're supposed to believe she was actually in his house. Even now, there's still images of R. Kelly's Olympia Field house. Examples of his bedrooms. Yet we're supposed to believe that this bullshit is in R. Kelly's house. Psh, makes no sense to me. Yet people will keep gravitating towards some of the things she says and say that, oh, it's this person's fault that R. Kelly dealt with her, instead of taking the point to punch holes in her story altogether. If you all recall that when Geronda Pace first ran to Tasha K with her storyline, she came out and talked about how she was dealing with this guy named Bubba. Now, this was before the video recording that I shared with you all, in which she was clearly saying that she was in a relationship with Bubba. You saw that this guy was going back and forth with Geronda on Tasha K's platform. It's interesting to me that even now somebody sent me this screen grab from Geronda's page, because clearly I'm blocked now. But she's talking about how she has all this video footage and photos and etc. But it seemed like to me, if it was evidence, she wouldn't still have it, would she? People want to keep blowing over the fact that, again, as I previously stated, she was in a relationship with Dominique. And for these people to now put out images like Michelle Kramer of Dominique in a time period in which she was supposed to be hostage, why isn't anybody focusing on these details instead of the bullcrap? It doesn't take a genius to see that these people are doing a whole lot of double talking, and that a lot of people engaged in a lot of conversations with them, which in a sense goes to show just how unreliable their information is. At the end of the day, She was also seen making comments such as that she took information to the police, they collected her evidence, but nothing was done. But it took this docuseries, Surviving R. Kelly, to get the ball rolling. How does that make sense? If she had the evidence then, why wasn't it pursued then? Why aren't the people that clearly were around during these time periods in which R. Kelly has been accused of recruiting girls, why haven't they been questioned in detail? Why are people supporting them as though they are completely innocent in any wrongdoing, when at the end of the day, clearly people within his entourage did a lot of questionable things? But does that mean that R. Kelly himself participated in these things? When you have past employees who are engaging in spreading these false narratives about him. The same people that will agree that he's done this and done that, and also state that they have brought girls to him, why aren't they in question? Why are they still being supported by people in his entourage? Does any of that make any sense? Yet we're supposed to just keep picking and choosing what parts of these girls' stories we're going to believe. And we're supposed to just sit here and make excuses for R. Kelly instead of obviously showing that what they're saying cannot be true. Nobody holds these people accountable when they get on their platforms and give out misinformation. All you do is see the people, the fans that want to give them the benefit of the doubt, reposting the things that they say. And then when it comes out it's a lie, you don't see these people trying to call them out. How does this even make sense to make a statement? If you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. If you do read the newspaper, you are misinformed. How does that make sense? Oh, because at the end of the day, every last one of you viewing my content are giving enough information to where you can do your own research. So, hypothetically speaking, if I was compromised, you have the information, you could go research yourself. How about that? Some of you fans act just like some of these accusers. But guess what? I'm not holding you hostage on my channel. Some of you act like old girl talking about she was held hostage in a van for 8 hours like she couldn't get the fuck out and leave. Think about all these people who were trying to profit off of their association with R. Kelly and now trying to sit in the background and not say anything about their possible involvement to the bullcrap. All these celebrities who were around during these time periods could clearly show the discrepancies in which, if R. Kelly was at all these different locations promoting his events, doing all this touring, how could he have been holding hostages? But then again, we see a lot of these people sitting by just watching, coming into a lot of bad luck. At the end of the day, I feel like I said from the very beginning, people should be keeping a watchful eye on the people who were actually in R. Kelly's entourage throughout all of this. Not just trying to pick and choose people they don't like and fit a narrative to go around why they don't like this person when they get done, it still don't make any sense. Clearly, during a great time period in which some of these new accusers from 2015 and recent It would make no sense to give validation to their claims, especially when you can hold accountable to those that really were involved with these people. I've said long ago, I believe majority of these people were not with R. Kelly from the beginning. I've said that I believe these girls were with the entourage. So with that being said, when you see information being put out, especially from the likes of Geronda Pace, and she's telling you all she was dealing with another individual under the age, and nobody's putting into play why he's not in the indictment or why he isn't being brought to the public the way R. Kelly is, it lets you know that clearly these messages they're putting out is all to taint public perception of R. Kelly. They don't care if it's true. They just run with it. So I'm not going to sit here and try to excuse why R. Kelly did anything that I don't feel he did. Period.